thank you very much for the time you've taken. Is Dave here, please? Greetings. Okay, let's go.
Okay, so I want to start with some comments related to climate mitigation. A report by JP Morgan in November last year concluded that the global oil markets could face a 1.1 million barrels per day deficit in 2025, widening to 7.1 million barrels per day in 2030. And consequently, oil prices could spike to $150 per barrel over the year to medium term and $100 per barrel over the long term. So geopolitical tensions are also causing prices to rise too, and shipping is becoming more expensive. We need to factor increasing oil prices and what that means for the way we live into the infrastructure that we build. There will be pressure on residents of Ōtautahi to find more affordable means of transport, and electric bikes fit that bill. Recent years, we've seen a significant increase in the number of people cycling at Ōtautahi, and I expect to see this trend to continue as fuel prices increase. The move towards active transport not only reduces emissions, but also allows people to save money. The price of electric vehicles will be influenced by the cost of oil too. With the current reduced incentives to purchase electric vehicles, there is unlikely to be widespread transition from internal combustion cars to electric cars, which adds impetus to changing to electrical bicycles as well. Oil is vital for the provision of construction materials and building activity, so construction costs will increase further. The cheapest time to finish the city cycleways is now, and I say build them and they will be used. More on the cost of construction. It would be a useful addition to the City Council's carbon tracker to include the embodied carbon content of construction materials used in council projects. Both concrete and steel result in large CO2 emissions from their production. If that was taken into account, the economics of repairing a building such as the South Library might be quite different from demolishing and rebuilding. As a general principle, the City Council should be considering the embodied carbon content of the building materials for all significant construction projects. And while you're at it, you could also be tracking international aviation and shipping emissions, which would be the first step in a plan to reducing them. With regard to fees and charges, I don't expect to be popular, but the transition to active and public transport could be incentivised by charging more and more widely for parking in the city, especially all-day parking. A parking space is valuable real estate and costs the City Council money to maintain. What is the justification for allowing commuters to park all day for free on the edge of the CBD? A parking charge would increase the incentive to commute by public transport or bicycle. People who do make that transition enjoy the cost savings and health benefits of the additional exercise, and most go back to driving to work. I'm disappointed to see that the Sustainability Fund and funding for pest-free Banks Peninsula are going. Given the ongoing climate and biodiversity crises, I would prefer to see that the CCC continue to support sustainability and biodiversity initiatives. In relation to rating, I object to any increase in the uniform annual general charge. I would rather see it decrease, as it is a regressive tax that affects the owners of lower value properties disproportionately. A UAJC may be logical, but in my opinion, it's not fair. Finally, I would not like to see any significant changes to the rates remission for charities. These organisations operate on the smell of an oily rag, yet contribute enormously to the fabric of the city. Thank you.
Good. Thank you very much. One question. Celeste, please.
Thank you for your submission, and also congratulations on your Civic Award.
All right, thank you.
I just, in terms of you made the comment around you'd like to see a bit more of a rapid rollout of cycleways. Are you open to the idea of us doing that sort of citywide for the remaining MCRs, for some of them where it's appropriate? Do you think that would be a viable option?
Yeah, I mean, I suppose I'd quite like to see a more lightweight sort of way of building cycleways, but I mean, I'd like to see them built everywhere.
Yeah. And the other comment you made was around the lack of investment in Indigenous biodiversity. So I think that was a fair comment. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your submission.
Right,
Wonderful.
thank you.
Okay, Sam, please.